I'm a elementary teacher leader at Brookside Elementary, 6th grade English teacher at Odyssey Academy, and an adjunct professor in the literacy department at St. John Fisher College. So we had a needs assessment that was conducted earlier in the school year with Brookside families, and what really was elicited from that survey is that parents needed more help with Common Core standards, understanding it, and then being able to transfer that into the home setting and really helping their kids understand the standards and what they needed to do with homework and whatnot.
So she asked me at that time if this would be something we might consider doing, and I said, oh, you bet, that sounds like a great connection we can make. So she took it back to her people at St. John Fisher, and we talked about it here, and things started to come together. So it was a great collaborative opportunity for her students to come and present what they've been learning about the Common Core learning standards, and then certainly a great opportunity for our parents to get some very useful information that they were looking for.
The current class that I teach at St. John Fisher College is entitled Administration and Supervision of Reading and Writing, and we really hone in on a systemic view of literacy, reading and writing instruction, and we do a lot of work with professional development. So the head of my literacy department secured a grant, and we decided that we were going to take the grant money and utilize it here at Brookside Elementary. And I thought it would be a great experience for the kids in the literacy program as well as the family and students of Brookside Elementary.
Good evening, everyone. Just want to welcome you to our Common Core Parent Workshop this evening. The presentations you'll be participating in, as well as the resources and materials you'll receive, come to us courtesy of the St. John Fisher Graduate Literacy Program. This has been a great opportunity for a public school college collaboration that benefits both us and the St. John Fisher graduate students. I'm going to turn things over to Ms. Lisa Farina. Before I do that, I also wanted to thank Suzanne Pettifer. She's our district literacy coordinator for coming tonight. Thank you, Suzanne. All right, thank you all again for coming, and I hope everyone enjoys the evening. Ms. Farina.
Thank you so much for coming. We are so excited to have all of you here tonight. We're really going to be honing in on the standards, the Common Core standards, and how you can help your child at home, specifically in reading and writing. I really want to thank my graduate students. They have worked very hard putting this workshop together. And I also want to thank Dr. Kathy Broyku, who is the head of our literacy department from St. John Fisher College. She was able to secure a grant that was able to fund this for all of us tonight. So Kathy, thank you.
So tonight we are all here for you as parents to educate you in the knowledge of the new educational shifts. So tonight, hopefully before you leave, you will be better equipped to help your child at home and engage New York, exponentiary learning, and the core knowledge.
Part of the main focus of Common Core is to get your children college and career ready. So what the college readiness means is that your child will have the skills in ELA and math in order to succeed in a college setting and to obtain a degree. College does not mean a 4-year program. It's any program that amounts in a certificate.
So for career readiness, students that graduate high school are able and qualified to do well in their long-term careers. And a career is just not a job. It is a profession that lets graduates succeed in a job that they enjoy and earn a competitive wage.
So why does this all matter? It's what our students need. For every 100 ninth graders, 65 of them graduate high school. 37 of them enter college. 24 of them are still in college in the sophomore year, and only 12 of them will have a degree after 6 years.
So the new standards will do 3 major things for our students. They will prepare students to succeed in the college and their workforce. They will ensure that every child, no matter their race, ethnicity, or zip code, is held to the same high learning standards and learn the same material. And it will also provide them with an education with a clear, focused roadmap for what teachers should teach and when.
What are the Common Core standards? They're a clear set of standards for English language arts and math. They're a tool to help students to set clear and realistic goals. And it's the first step in providing young people with a high quality education that will prepare them for success in the college and careers.
So the difference between the new standards and the old ones for ELA and literacy, in classroom, teachers and students will be working more with a non-fictional text and clear readings. They will use evidence to support their answers and all their research, and most importantly, increase their academic vocabulary, along with reading more challenging materials closely and write nonfiction using evidence.
So your parent support can help students to succeed as well. You can stay involved, informed, and engaged. You can do the following to help your child at home. You can read with them, you can review their homework, you can communicate with their teachers, attend public meetings, learn about the standards, look through your child's backpack each afternoon.
Another activity for after school is you can work with another parent or partner at any time and kind of go over these specific questions with them. How do you help your child with their homework? How do you closely review it? How closely do you review their schoolwork? How often do you communicate with their teachers? How do you celebrate your child's success in school? How do you address poor performance? And lastly, what is your favorite part of your after-school routine?
Some questions you can ask your child include, did you talk about anything you read in class today? And did you use evidence when you talked about that? Did you use evidence in school? Where did you get the evidence? How often did you use math? How did you use math? And did you learn any new words in school? What do they mean and how do you spell them? So tonight's stations include the Engage New York website, which is here in the cafeteria led by Cecilia and Lisa. They're going to provide you with an overview of navigating the website with a hands-on tutorial and specific focus on the parent resources on the Engage New York website.
The next station is Core Knowledge. That will be in room B7. This is led by Chelsea and Shannon. In this station, you will become more familiar with what core knowledge is and what the learning standards are in the classroom that your child is doing. Also, you'll work with how you can help them at home.
So expeditionary learning is the grades 3 to 5. It's in room B12, and that's led by Molly, Jill, and Courtney. They're going to take a look at the standards and how they change from grade level to grade level. They're also going to take a look at sample lesson plans for the grades 3 through 5.
So far, the feedback has been fantastic. Parents really enjoyed the hands-on experience that they had manipulating the various standards in the 3 through 5 session, and they also really liked taking a look at Engage New York. It's something where we know it's out there, but they had the time to just be guided through the actual website and play around with the different pieces of it.
So it's exciting work, and it was nice to see the parents work with the standards. It was nice to see the parents have an opportunity to ask questions in each of the sessions about things to clarify misunderstandings that maybe are out there about the standards. But I think it's exciting to see the amount of people that came and to have the kids have an opportunity to interact with their parents around these things.
Yeah, I think it's been very beneficial, and I think it's kind of helped ease the transition into the Common Core. And parents have asked some great questions and asked how to help at home, and it's been really great to see parents come out and support their students.
I was very pleased with the turnout this evening. We had a lot of parents at the K through 5 spectrum, so that was great to see that. And I had a few parents stop on their way out and just comment that they really found this useful, learning about the Engage New York website and being able to go on the website themselves. If their child is having trouble with something, they can go and look up the specific lesson that their child is working on if they'd like. So I think they found that helpful. And also in some of the sessions they did what we call a standards walk, looking at a particular standard from kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade, and really seeing how a standard develops over the course of their child's elementary education. So I think they found that helpful as well.
We've received some really great feedback from the evaluations we have so far. Parents were very grateful and said that they have learned a lot through tonight.
I also think that some of the resources that parents were connected with today will be helpful as kids start to go home for the summer. So for example, one of the things that the teachers were able to emphasize tonight was the idea of the supplemental text lists that kids could access over the summer, so that parents have a little bit of assurance that they have students in appropriate text for over the summer. So it was nice to make those connections as we move forward.
A lot of our resources that we got were from the Engage New York website, which is available to parents completely. Everything that is available to us as teachers and professionals is available to all parents, including lesson plans, answer keys, and other supports for your student.
They can just really benefit from using Engage New York online. It has all the parent resources needed for schools and for their kids. It has all the information about the Common Core standards and all the new shifts.
A big thing too, I would say, for parents is to really try to communicate with their teacher, because a lot of what they do in the classroom is transferring in their homework and at home. So if you can understand the language that the teacher is using in the classroom, you can then use that language at home, and it'll help your child.
Now, when we think about parents and our community members, the website that is put out by Engage New York is incredibly important, because there are a lot of resources on that particular website, and it's in non-technical terms. So it's the language that parents understand. It's broken down, so it's just not the educational jumbo. That was incredibly important, I believe, as well. And then when I think about the K2 session that went on tonight, again, having the parents had tangible products in front of them. They were able to go through the materials. They were able to understand the different learning strands that are part of core knowledge.
I think it's just important for parents and community members to become familiar with the Common Core standards. There's a lot of buzz about them out in the community, and some of that is perhaps not fully informed. I think a lot of parents think teachers don't like the Common Core standards, and whenever I have the opportunity to have a discussion with parents around that, I really talk about how the Common Core standards are not the issue. We really embrace those, and it's been very interesting and exhilarating to see that our students can rise to the occasion of the higher standards.
I think it's just important to engage your child at home as much as possible in different reading and writing activities to help support their growth throughout their educational process.
So Lisa, I just wanted to make sure I thanked you for having this opportunity for parents tonight, and I think it's so important that they had the opportunity not only to look at the standards, but to get a better feel for the stuff that the curriculum that their students interact with every day here at Greece. And I also wanted to thank you for tying together so many of our initiatives, because we are involved in assessment grants, we're involved in teacher leader grants, we are involved in fellowship grants, where we're really looking at the modules thoughtfully and making adaptations. And so I just think tonight was a beautiful way to tie all that together. So I just wanted to make sure I said thank you to you and to the folks at Fisher for making this happen for our parents in Greece.
You're very welcome.
Thanks.